Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm live. I just wanted to do a quick update tonight about some crazy goings on this week. Let's see, my Facebook page, I've been locked out again due to someone who was working with Arrowwood, a guy by the name of NJ Gregory, who started launching attacks on me in a conservative group, calling me delusional and my research fake and all of this stuff. And he went on for hours attacking me, and I rebutted him with citations and pointing out his fallacies and everything. Then what he did was he went through and deleted all of his own comments and then reported me. And so now I'm on a 30-day ban from Facebook about 3 days after I got off the other one. Of course, Arrowwood is another one of these apparently CIA-funded organizations to promote drugs and psychedelics, and they don't want anyone looking at the history of the psychedelic research at all, and especially getting into my work. And that brings me up to today. So today, Forbes Magazine has published an article by Danny de Placido, or Placido, however you pronounce that, probably Placido, I don't know, it's Italian, it looks like. And Alex Jones and Joe Rogan are in the midst of a hilarious feud. And Forbes's piece here, or rather hit piece, is rather pathetic. It's a clear hit piece, clear ad hominem attack. They are calling Alex Jones a lunatic. And of course, you know, podcaster, comedian Joe Rogan, and professional lunatic Alex Jones. Clear libel here, but the spat is genuine and so far amusing to follow. The two go way back into the late 90s, which explains why Rogan kept inviting Jones onto his podcast. Actually, that's a misrepresentation. Jones only went on once. Rogan only asked me on once, too, after he told me many times that he would invite me on. But, he incoherent rants about interdimensional child molesters and all this stuff. He was talking about Jimmy Savile, however you pronounce his name. And, one thing that's really interesting that I've noticed, and Rogan did a rebuttal to Alex Jones the other day, but one thing I noticed that's going on in all of these rebuttals is that they're completely omitting and avoiding my research and the shows that I did on Alex Jones on the 21st and 23rd of January. Because, if that stuff, if my material gets out there, that's really what they don't want. So they're trying to avoid my research altogether. They're trying to lock me out of the situation and block me out, trying to keep my work from getting anywhere. And by the way, I have launched a BitChute channel, Logos Media on BitChute, and people can search the Unspun shows to find it on BitChute in case they shut down my live stream on this channel as well as on the main channel. Of course, they've shut down the live stream on my main channel for 3 months for going on Alex Jones. And so all of this is what's going on. But this is just one massive hit piece by this guy, Danny, and he says he's fascinated by storytelling in its myriad of forms: mythology, fairy tales, films, television, and urban legends, which is clearly what he's spinning. They're avoiding any of the points that Alex Jones raised, that I raised, that Owen Benjamin raised, that what's his name from Natural News raised, and they're focusing purely on spin. But what I'm noticing is it's clear that the deep state is afraid, and they're doing everything to run the exact same attacks that they did on me back in 2012 when I exposed Gordon Wasson and the counterculture. They're running the exact same attacks on Alex Jones, calling him a lunatic, delusional, etc. Alex Jones accused Rogan of repeating Soros' talking points. I mean, when you study this stuff long enough, you can see what's going on behind the scenes, but The climax came when Joe Rogan had Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey on the podcast, and I was on the page watching that whole thing, and the Rogan crew, I think a guy, Jamie or Jaime, was deleting the comments as fast as he could, and we could see comments disappearing. As you know, they couldn't delete the comments fast enough to keep people from seeing what was being posted. There was over 67,000 negative thumbs down. Of course, they altered the numbers on the thumbs down too. Then the next day or 2 days later, they published, YouTube published that they want to get rid of the thumbs down, probably because of this situation. Never mind that I can't prove that it was Rogan, of course, but never mind, my live feed was shut down on the main channel to keep me from talking about all of this. And, so it's really been interesting watching this whole charade go down with the deep state and the left trying to cover all of this up, trying to just name call. I mean, this is one of the worst pieces that I've seen written by Forbes, a major publication. Rogan then addressed the Alex Jones feud with a mixture of humor and bewilderment. One thing I noticed in Joe Rogan's rebuttal was that, I'm too busy doing this and other stuff. I don't have time to be a CIA agent or whatever he said. And, as if hosting and spinning the information is more, that's all you would have to do. And in my opinion, I think that's what's being done. But Alex Jones responded to Rogan by upping the accusations, claiming that Rogan was being used by Silicon Valley as a power source, a victim of his own success used to spread pop propaganda. And in this article, they spew the same Sandy Hook talking points and all that Alex Jones had already pointed out. They avoid mentioning any of the facts, any of the details, any of the citations, any of the promotion of drugs, psychedelics, DMT on it, this ayahuasca cult going on and all of the stuff that I exposed on the 21st. They only want to focus on attacking Alex Jones and the spin, making Alex Jones look like a lunatic because he's a Christian. And, again, the tactics are obvious, but and somebody just said in the chat he may not be an agent, but he may just be a useful idiot. Years ago I would have given that consideration, but I've seen the stuff that had to have been organized behind the scenes from 2011, 2012 when I began exposing Gordon Wasson and the hit pieces that came out against me, and how, it was all clearly coordinated behind the scenes. It's the only way that it could have happened. And when you see this kind of thing go on for years, and and I was friends with Rogan for 8 years, and I've seen the entire change in demeanor and positions and flip-flopping and fence sitting and stuff like this, and it's just not how things work behind the scenes, in my opinion. Maybe, but I've seen it for myself. My channel has been shut down, once when I broadcast my own interview with Joe Rogan, and then after I posted my interview with Alex on the 22nd, my live feed was shut down. So both times regarding Joe Rogan. And I just find that interesting. My channel's had almost a 10-year perfect history, except for the 2 dings from Joe Rogan. So, I find it really interesting, all of this stuff. I find that their omissions are key to pay attention to. They do not want to bring attention to psychedelics and to DMT and ayahuasca and the things that I was exposing on my January 21st episode with Alex Jones. They want to keep me entirely out of the dialogue, because if I get into the dialogue, if my research gets out there and goes viral, that's where they're going to have trouble because of the detailed research. on the music and rock industry, the drugs, the counterculture, all being manufactured by the CIA, as I've exposed now for what, going on 8 years now. So, I just wanted to give a quick update tonight. I wasn't planning on getting too deep into this, but I just thought people should see this write-up by this guy and just how utterly ridiculous and phony it is. And of course, they, have Alex Jones with a screaming look on his face here, and don't show Rogan in any negative light in the article whatsoever. Don't address any facts whatsoever. So I hope people pay attention to this, and I hope people download this short video and spread it on their own channels and help get it out. I'm going to pull up the BitChute channel here so that people can see where that's at. And it's at just, if you go to BitChute and just search Unspun, you can find my channel up here. I've tried to upload a bunch of the stuff up here so that people can find it. And I recommend, including the Joe Rogan episode or the Alex Jones episode that I did talking about Rogan and psychedelics and all of that. So I recommend people check that out. It should come up under Logos Media. Let's say Joe Rogan. Hopefully that pulls it up. And of course, I don't see it here, interestingly, but I know it's up there. If you just go to my channel, Logos Media, it should pop up on here. And here, let's see if we can find it here somewhere. Yeah, right here. So it's over here on the top. So, and I'll probably retitle it so that people can find it more easily. But I recommend people checking that out if you haven't. Spread it around, because I think that their lie by omission of excluding this and this whole agenda is really what is the key thing that they don't want getting exposed right now. So anyway, that's all I had to say for tonight, and take care, everyone, and I appreciate you jumping in here for this short little update. Again, please download this, share it on your own channels, etc. I really appreciate it, and good night. And by the way, lastly, I got 28 days before I can get on Facebook for all of you who keep trying to contact me on there. Shoot me an email through contact@logosmedia.com or through the forum on the website. Thanks so much. Good night.